then he can jump on commentary.
Yeah, I wish Pikachu would SDI out of this game and get on commentary, because I'm tired of playing him. And I know Burr's tired of playing MuteAce, that's for sure.
On the other hand, MuteAce might also be tired of playing Burr because, dude, the Kazuya matchup, just in general, it doesn't even have to be specifically Burr, but playing against this character, he's a stress factory.
Yes. Was that literally one combo for 54?
Yeah. It doesn't shock me because I play Incineroar and it's the same game plan, except Kazuya can. That's the funniest move of the game.
He really just, and he winds that joint up too.
Yeah, he just leans back and says, "Get off this stage." But Mute's going to Palutena. Has that been all night for him?
No. Peach definitely the last set that he played versus Danby. But, you know, I'm thinking the Peach speed, maybe just not what Mute wants to do versus Kazuya.
Yeah, dude, I think the biggest trouble in that matchup is that Kazuya doesn't really care if you float in the air around him, and he can dash up, make up that mid-range that Peach likes to sit and camp around and react to you with, and just demolishes you harder than Peach does. But is Burr going to lose the first stock here off stage? Great drift, but MuteAce followed it beautifully.
Very well. Well-placed Nair, and you know Mute's looking for those opportunities. I mean, you really have to. Kazuya on stage is a nightmare. So off stage has got to be much of a dream. Oh, I'll tell you what he's not dreaming about. That back air.
Well, he might be seeing it in his dreams.
Yeah, but he's seeing it now, that's for sure.
You have to let it take form in the real world before you can let it haunt you later.
Right. If I get back aired in my dream, I get back aired in real life.
Just like Kazuya will catch that Palu back air. This is one of those matchups where a lot of the times if you're forced to fight in Kazuya's zone, you really want to have your back turned to him so that you can have access to that back air, because that can win you a lot of matchups.
Man. Oh, okay, wow.
In case you needed Palu's counter to be worse.
You needed the reminder that maybe that button's not all that.
Wouldn't have even killed at that point anyways if Burr was on that side. It just does nothing. Kazuya's so heavy too. Look at, dude, Burr didn't even like actually come close to hitting MuteAce with an attack, but just his presence pushed him into the corner.
Right.
Welcome to Kazuya Mishima.
I'm gonna say right now, MuteAce is doing a lot of work for this damage.
That's the Palu lifestyle, but catching that dash up with the down tilt as well, able to close out the stock, but it's up to him to be able to play with the lead. This last time that he had the lead, he did this same kind of game plan. Went above Burr, started warping around, but Burr was doing a great job of tracking him up in the air.
Right. That can be the double-edged sword of that kind of play style. Once you're trying to get the space in between you and your opponent, there's not enough space left. And no space in between Burr and these fists.
I mean, he is really selling out to just get to this last stock as quickly as possible, because being on the last stock against Kazuya, that just explodes your mind.
Oh yeah, no, that's too much stress for me, honestly. My anxiety is acting up already just thinking about it. When he's glowing red is when I'm the most nervous.
Well, I'm scared.
Out of shield.
Dude, again, Palu's so good when she gets to land on people with aerials, but the moment they go into shield, you kind of go, uh-oh.
Not as good as I thought it was.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Bad news here for MuteAce, who is very close to getting Kazuya.
I love this. Burr trying to air him too. No, he's... I say he's
not
living, but
trying, but... He's punching anything and nothing.
Mute just goes right back to facing his back to Burr and just throwing out those back airs, because at this point, you connect one of those near the edge of the stage and it'll be the game. And even center stage? Not quite. Okay. I was about to be surprised. Kazuya's too big for that.
No,
that move is bad, Mute! It doesn't work.
He's almost at 200. I can't believe that didn't do stage spike.
Oh, no! He made that
he's still alive. He's still alive. He just looked at him and
this is the biggest dude.
Put the heel in his chest.
I feel like Mute is the most scared person in Texas right now.
Oh,
he's in the corner.
No way.
He's living that.
That's a lot of rage. That's a very angry person.
Ooh.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, very unfortunate. Because Burr was right there. Like, Mute just did all that work to get that lead, and playing the way that he was playing the neutral was very solid. And then Burr still made it competitive.
Yeah. I feel like the one thing that did Burr in was just a couple of times where he would get Mute in the corner and sort of expected a panic, like mash out of the corner option. But so he would like sell out for something big. Like you saw Mute was on the ledge and he did the dragon uppercut, and you know that right there is selling out to try to get the jabs to finish out the game on the ledge. Would have done that. But
Right.
Mute just he's one of those guys that you said it before. I mean, like he picks his spots just so well.
I think with much intention.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
there was
intention
someone
is the key.
who told me about that, using things with intention, picking your spots, your moves, and your spacing with great intention. And you're right, Burr is kind of committing a little hard for when he thinks someone's gonna panic, but MuteAce is not that someone.
Burr's just like such a read-based player where I think the big difference between these two is that Mute is oftentimes really good at playing the matchup, and Burr is really good at playing the character. Or playing the player. Rather.
Right. Trying to feel out the other person while Mute is giving the other person things to try and figure out.
I honestly have a theory that just like the more social you are as a person, the more that you're going to be able to like win the player-to-player matchup.
Right.
Because you like your brain just works that way, right? Like you just look for what other people are doing. Oh, it went the right way this time.
Bad counter being good? Question mark? So close.
I really thought he would make that.
I kind of thought so as well.
But that's a big lead for MuteAce right at the... Oh, yeah, he was ready for that. Dude, Burr, again, like every time MuteAce goes to that defensive game, Burr's just on top of him.
Right. Look at him chase him down.
Or specifically under him, not literally on top of him. If you want to be technical about it.
Look, he is sending out all the heat-seeking missiles.
He's firing off the whole payload. Didn't even know fighter jets could hold that many missiles. It looks like Tom Clancy's Hawks. How did they fit 100 missiles on that F-22? That's not possible. Oh! He waited for him to try to land on the platform,
right, yeah, but the follow-up afterwards was not quite there. Double feet, okay, all right, foot loose.
Put on your shoes and whatever the lyrics are.
Foot loose, get loose. Oh.
Kick off your shoes, the Sunday shoes.
Yeah, green juice, Baba juice.
You know what?
Wait,
on the note of Kenny Loggins, I will say that right now MuteAce says I'm all right. Don't nobody worry about me. And now Burr's in the danger zone.
No, yeah, nah, you were like 2 frames faster than me on that joke I was about to make.
My parents raised me on 80s music, and unfortunately some of it was Kenny Loggins. Oh no!
Ooh, unfortunately, Burr is down 2 stocks versus MuteAce, who is now just playing around on the NASCAR strip right now. Oh, gas. Pedal to the metal, he might die. Oh.
And like initial D5th stage, gas, gas. Oh, and he does die in the corner. Thanks, Smashville, for those small side blast zones. Dude, honestly, like, as much as Kazuya gets to fight up close on this stage, if Mute gets to stick around that center platform, is he dead? Okay. No,
that's it. He's dead.
Every time I see
gets one down throw.
He gets one down throw, and I'm like, okay, well, that's it.
Yeah.
GG.
Excellent laser angle right there. Mute was hunting with that back air. I tell you what.
Oof. And more back airs, dude. And Burr coming off the ledge at just like these full distances that MuteAce is spacing beautifully around. Nice. Up here through the stage, though. Oh, he wants the rate. That was so nice.
Nicely done, and we're going to cash that in for the stock. This is exactly what we saw in Game 1, but can Burr make it competitive? You still have to earn that damage, and here's the start. No way.
He rolled on the platform, but he got away with it. Hippo malding in chat right now.
There's content for this.
Fear Factor on FX.
Oh, he's still
There's
going.
No oh my
No way. No, are you what?
And Burr got the game
Excuse
too.
me?
Yo. Wins. Kazuya Mishima.
I don't care who you are. That was not what you thought was going to happen. I know everybody was surprised. I don't even think Burr knew he was going to do that. He just saw the moment and his body decided for him.
It's in the hands of God now. You just let your fingers do the talking.
Burr just closed his eyes and went for any input, whichever input felt natural.
You ever play a game where it feels that way, where you're like, I don't know why I just did that back air right there, but it worked. That was the best option.
Yeah.
I was not planning on it, but like the guiding hand of God just like came over my fingertips.
The blessed buttons.
The blessed buttons. Commentators blessing.
Yes, but buttons be blessed.
Oh, and blessed town
and the church said amen. for buttons. The Church of Buttons.
All I can think about is the Rick Astley song where it's just got this ridiculously weird religious bent where he's like, and the devil said, Kazuya Mishima.
Oh, man. And the damage is damn near demonic when it comes to Burr.
I would say it is. I mean, 105 so quickly. The goal for Burr, obviously, is that it's tough to get close to MuteAce when he doesn't want you to get close.
Right.
But the trouble for Palu is you get touched. Like, it's pretty easy to hit Palu because she's tall, you know, and she has to be at pretty specific places to space her aerials.
Right. Very specific spacing and timings at times. Burr is sitting on the rage, and he is not going to spend it. I kind of thought he might have, at least for the lead.
I think it was just a matter of it's funny every time. It's funny every single time. He just leans back and just defenestration.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But one grab. Oh, wait, he's actually dead.
That boy Burr is nasty with it.
That's the classic Kazuya.
Start it again.
61 so quickly.
71 and okay. Leave it to Burr to walk up and do the dragon input. Oh, wait. Mute is answering back
with phenomenal
spacing in hell?
That was literally the tip of the fist. That was a Hokuto no Ken. Like, I poke you and he's like, what?
Nothing. Okay. Mute has an opportunity to answer back if he can keep Burr at stage control. The mercy of Palu.
Great spacing around that platform by Burr. And yeah, to MuteAce now, I mean, the win condition is basically like play perfectly.
Right.
You can't get grabbed. You can't get any of that.
Right. And none of those.
You barely get hit by anything aside from like a forward or.
Man, you can't even really get jabbed, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, starting up. This is a good way to start untouched on your last stock. So you've got a little bit of momentum and wait.
Oh, FB had a shield, yep. He didn't even come off the ground. He just let the wings just fly out.
You ever flex so hard that yeah, okay. Burr, nicely done. Burr alive and now up. Unfortunate for a Mute. You know, just had a couple of moments, and that's all Kazuya needs. A couple of moments where neutral did not turn out, or the decision-making did not turn out, and now finds themselves fighting back from a deficit 2 games down, having to deal with this giant freight truck, Optimus Prime-looking mother... And Kazuya
Mishimas unite.
Yeah, Mishimas together strong. That's a different movie.
What, that's Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, but monkeys or machines, either one. Which one do you think Burr is, monkey or machine? I'm saying monkey.
Oh, I say monkey.
I say monkey.
Look at the way that he plays and tell me that that is machine.
Yeah, no, that's straight gorilla.
Guerrilla tactics.
Yeah, literally guerrilla tactics.
Go for the forward air too. And back to Town and City, by the way, I'm like, Mute, we touched on it earlier, but like, the way that Mute plays with like a specific intention behind everything that he does is like such a perfect fit for Palu, because if you don't know, it's high precision. She's a high precision character.
Yes.
She has an answer for pretty much every character in the game, but you have to know specifically what you're doing with her and have your combo game down pat if you want to be effective like at all.
Right.
And I think that's what kind of went awry there in that game 3 especially, is that Burr just got so much momentum. You know, it was tough for MuteAce to stage a comeback when you don't get to play your own game.
Right.
You know, execute your own game plans. But now, MuteAce, after that, you know, unfortunate lack of resources from Burr, gets to play with that lead, and you can see he gets to slow down that pace, figure out where in the matchup he's comfortable, and make Burr as uncomfortable as possible. Try to get him to do those big commits like that.
Right. The run up and trying to challenge Mute hanging on the ledge, but Mute's waiting for any slow movement, any startup of any frame to enact their plan, and what a plan it is right now. Still not the stock.
It's a sandbag toss. Just throws him over like a sack of wet paper towels.
Great.
Oh! he hit him with a Dikembe Mutombo.
No.
Not in my house. Oh, That's so much damage.
Nice. My man did 2 hits for 54, and somebody in the crowd lost their mind.
that was the, we were talking about monkeys versus machines. That was a howler monkey.
That was that was a primal scream.
The primal urge to monkey mode as Burr gets the grabs. And I mean, look at this. We're right back to an even game.
Okay, the funny foot into
towel?
the silly slaps.
The silly slaps. Did
Oh,
Tony
no.
put you on that one? Oh my
And then
gosh.
he did the dummy dodge. That's not a real one, but that seemed pretty
Am I
Burr.
commentating with Disco or Big Pink right now? I have no clue.
Man, he needs this stock, and he needs it with less damage taken, like as least as possible. Or, you know, well, he did take the least damage as possible.
He took your advice.
That was my fault, bro.
It's like the guy who says, if you can avoid taking damage, or if you can like hit me one time, you win the money match, and he just runs off stage as Sonic at the beginning.
Yeah.
Burr's like I'm gonna let you hit me again.
No one makes me bleed my
Guys,
own
Mute
blood.
can't even hit me.
The last game we played, he barely touched me, bro. Didn't you lose that set? Shut up, man.
Shut up, man. You barely hit me.
He barely hit me, bro. That's not the point. He
like-
didn't touch me.
It's like the character that's got like the hyper speed, but then they just wear themselves out.
Right? Yeah.
Behold my technique, and then just like immediately passed out on the floor. Well, it's game 5, which is super sick because that game 4 was a little sloppy on Burr's end. I think that there was a little bit of stumbling in the game plan in game 3 by Mute. So this is kind of a battle between two guys that are looking to like make sure that they're as composed as possible. Because start of the set, they both looked really clean.
Right. And that's kind of how both of their games went. The first game for either one, respectively. Mute was really good, and then Burr was really solid, and then both of them saw the bottom of the barrel. Mute was scrambling, and Burr didn't know what buttons he was pressing. So now we are in Game 5, the ultimate redemption game.
And on Northern Cave 2, which is another one of those stages where I think that the corner gameplay is going to be the majority of what decides everything.
For sure. Especially with this layout, those platforms, even though they are very far apart from each other, they make the middle just as much, or just as important to control as the edge. Since they are, oh wait, all right. Yeah, I kind of thought Mute was thinking on going after the drift out.
I think that the big difference in the game plans is that Burr is going to try to get MuteAce to come towards center stage, and MuteAce is going to try to get Burr to come towards the corner of the stage, because Burr can kill anywhere.
Right.
But Mute kind of needs Kazuya in that corner, and he has the advantage of being able to jump around on these platforms. He saw the same game plan on Town and City, and he's doing it now where he just wants to be out of that immediate burst threat range of Kazuya and say, look, if you come up to me, I just need to get, you know, away from where you can't come to me without making a big commitment.
Right. Speaking of commitment, is that going to be that side B? I'm starting to notice Burr is picking options to try and get himself closer to MuteAce rather than trying to navigate the neutral in between. He's trying to like skip the mid-range almost. I'm seeing a couple of rolls in and a lot of these dashes, even though he does need to make something work. Too much desperation can, you know, be something Mute will bleed you dry for.
Well, and especially if you're just not playing patiently enough. At some times like that, the aggression pays off really well, and I think especially what made that work is that Mute kind of got caught in the middle of his rhythm of jumping around on that platform, and it might have even been, I would love to give credit to Burr for conditioning him with all of these, like, you know, trying to figure out his rhythm by throwing out these moves at the same time that MuteAce was jumping around.
Right.
And then he stutters it just a little bit so that he can catch him while he's landing on that platform and make that combo happen.
I love stagger pressure, and I would like to think Burr is definitely thinking about those kind of things. But what's on his mind right now is that shield as he gets bonked right in the forehead.
And I love that he doesn't rely on that shield too much, because we talked about how, like, if Palu's not careful and she tries to land on you too deep with those aerials, it can be really unsafe. But Mute's been sticking a lot to the back air like that, and also the forward air as well when it comes to the neutral, and Burr has been very, very good about not just letting him establish that zone on his shield.
I think that was the, and forgive me, I forget the name, the down B grab Burr was going to go for. MuteAce grabbed him right before it, and now after leading him all the way to the other side of the stage, a back air for his troubles, Burr on his last stock.
MuteAce might be there soon too if he's not careful. There's, again, right, unsafe in theory, but kind of awkward to get those punishes on Palu landing with those aerials. Again, dropping the punish on that back air. I wonder if these are just different percents that don't quite work for that back air, or if Burr's just kind of been dropping that this whole set.
I want to say it's slight misspacing, so close to getting that shield to pop.
Okay, nice patient get up off ledge. I think that MuteAce is starting to look for something like that side B off ledge again. And Burr just having such a hard time getting near. This is starting to look like MuteAce might be the one to have the last laugh in this game 5.
MuteAce is definitely, like we said, playing with the intention of making Burr make most of the mistakes. You see utilizing a lot of the up throw, a lot of the platform and spacing. Look, chilling on the edge of the stage. I'm not doing anything until you do something.
Dude, this spacing from Mute on this platform, this is so beautiful. It's like trying to swat a fly out of your room. You're like, okay, I think I got it. And then you see it buzzing away and you're like, damn it.
Yeah, this is, I mean, textbook.
It's beautiful.
Like textbook neutral for not getting hit.
Oh, Burr missed his punish. Mute messed up his circle on this side. What's crazy is that MuteAce is like kind of circle camping Burr on one platform on the side of the stage. This is ridiculous. Burr trying to close out this juggle. He's on a platform again, and I love that. And the reason that Mute's sticking to this so much is because Burr is also being very patient. Like you said, the exploding too early has been a problem for Burr. So now that we're on last stock, that rage drive is about to go away soon.
It definitely is. Oh, and I think
no double jump too.
Yeah, has to. The hitbox of the up B coming in clutch, saving Burr's. Oh wait! Oh no! Okay, well, not dead, but Mute is looking for the kill. The back throw might do it.
Not enough. Kazuya's heavy.
1 minute 45 on the clock. Not that I think we're getting there, but no, I'm not. There's so many things happening. Could MuteAce have almost missed that ledge? I don't know, but the forward air is not going to do it either.
Burr stalling out there. Minute 33 left on the clock. We won't go to time because the Nair will do it. Beautifully played by Mute there at the end. Burr just, he got in a couple of jabs at the end, right? A few kind of light taps, but couldn't find that definitive hit to set up for the end. And it was, my legs feel like jelly.
There was a moment where I saw the glimpse of success for Burr, and then it just overshot it, and then, you know, Mute clocked back into work. Hey, let's go ahead and get this out of here so I can go home type thing. I mean, are you surprised? MuteAce is MuteAce. They're going to play good. They are going to play exactly how they need to, and that is, I believe, a good example of not biting off more than you can chew, even when you're in an advantageous state. You know, you're up a stock and your opponent's at high percentage. Most of us would go for that kill immediately. Yeah. And maybe there's some, you know, great play to be said there, but I don't see a lot of people intentionally being as patient as possible, trying to get as much data as possible, trying to be as safe as possible in those moments. And that's, you know, why Mute's having a lot of success.
Yeah, and I mean, again, you still got to give props to Burr for, you know, recognizing that that lack of patience is what got him to lose those 2 games leading up to that game 5, and playing along with Mute and saying, okay, look, I get it. You can, you know, camp on this platform. You can give me a hard time, but I'm not going to give you that opening. I mean, they both played so well in that game 5.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's what I really like to see. But yeah, I mean, again, the circling on the platform for Mute was so beautiful, because there's one thing to be able to do that on, like, you know, triplats, you know, something like that.
True.
Give people a hard time there. But Mute is intentionally letting himself be in the corner, trying to give Burr that opening where, you know, it seems like, oh, I'm so close.